Welcome back. If you've just joined us, you're watching Hard Copy coming to you from our studios in Abuja. Our guest is the Director General of NAPTIP, Julie Okah Donli. Well, Ms. Donli, you've said that your reform efforts at the agency will in a very short while return Nigeria to Tier 1 in the United States of America's ranking of countries, compliance to the minimum standards in the fight against human trafficking. How did we get downgraded in the first instance?
Well, it's a combination of various factors. The report stated that Nigerians, the military, were using child soldiers to run errands in the northeast, and that was unacceptable. And they also talked about inadequate funding for NAPTIP and the refusal of some states to adopt the Child Rights Act. And it's just a combination of various factors. They gave several reasons for that.
Has NAPTIP been able to investigate the first claim that the Nigerian army is using child soldiers or engaging child soldiers?
Well, we hope to have a meeting with the Minister for Defense and the Chief of Army Staff very soon, so we can rub minds on all of these allegations and see how we can, take care of that, if it's true.
Have you paid a visit to the Northeast?
No, I hope to do that very soon.
Okay. So you are hoping that you will be able to get the country from Tier 2, where it's currently being ranked, to Tier 1. Now, there's also the question of, some of the things that you've said. You've promised to engage government at all levels, as well as other stakeholders and foreign partners in a robust manner. That's what you said now, to ensure that all factors that create vulnerability for trafficking in persons, smuggling of migrants, and other forms of illegal migration of Nigerians are addressed comprehensively.
Absolutely.
What do you mean by this in very concrete terms?
What I mean by this is simple. We engage the state governors to provide jobs for their indigents, because everybody comes from a state, from a community. So we engage them to provide jobs for them. We engage faith-based organizations to preach to their congregation. We also engage the law enforcement agents to work together as a joint task force to make sure that we reduce drastically the incidences from occurring. We engage all stakeholders, the CSOs. We engage the media, like what we're doing now, to make sure that everybody knows that this crime is not just a crime against humanity, but a crime against God. We also prosecute. We also investigate very well, make sure we prosecute and get convictions. We didn't have enough convictions. That was also a major problem. So we need to begin to make scapegoats of more people. It's not a federal government fight. It's not a NAPTIP fight. It's a Nigerian fight. And that is why we were rated on the basis of some of the things that some other agencies did or did not do. That was what brought us back to Tier 2 watch list. And we know that together, we'll go back to Tier 1. That's where we rightly belong.
How do you hope to increase funding for NAPTIP?
Well, I'm hoping that there will be an improved budgetary allocation to NAPTIP. I'm also hoping that our foreign partners will do more. And this time around, I've decided to look inwards, because we seem to be looking outwards all the time. And I know there are many Dangotes and Otedolas here. So why are we always going hand in hand to foreign donors all the time? So I've decided, or we have decided, that this time around, we're also going to engage those within and those without to make sure that we get more funding.
Let's look at the capacity of NAPTIP to be able to absorb and rehabilitate returnees. You have said that not everybody who comes back, are victims of trafficking. But for those who really are victims of trafficking, if you're able to sort them out, what is the capacity of NAPTIP to be able to rehabilitate these people?
The truth is that NAPTIP has the capacity to rehabilitate these people if we have enough funding, because we have shelters in 10 states, including the FCT. When these people come, we counsel them. We have trained counselors who counsel them. We need to calm them down in the first 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. So we have trained counselors who calm them down, because that's the first thing and the most important thing to do. After that, we engage them in technical skills. We do technical skills, but we know that we can do better with proper funding and more partnership from the state governors coming together. But Benue State, let me point it out here now that Benue State Governor, Edo State Governor, and Enugu State Governor have promised that going forward, whenever we have victims in the shelters, they will take over their education. So if all 36 state governors decide to do same, then we'll not have any problem at all rehabilitating them.
It's a promise.
Yes, it is.
But it's not being kept.
No, yeah, Edo State Governor is already doing that. And Enugu State Governor and also Benue State Governor actually rescued about 13 children 2 or 3 weeks ago. And he's taking care of their schooling and promised to liaise with us and take it off from there going forward. How
would you say your partnership, I mean, aside this, since you're looking to do a lot of awareness, since you're also hoping to engage states in the provision of jobs, how would you say that your relationship with the states have been?
Well, so far so good. I've actually had discussions with 3 state governors. I only recently started my tour because I've just been like 2 months old in the agency. But so far it's been promising, and they fulfilled their promises. And I believe that the rest of them would also, key into this partnership.
You are looking to employ the whistleblowing policy of the federal government. You believe that it should be extended to trafficking in persons.
Yes.
How do you hope it will work?
Well, the truth is that a lot of people know what is going on, but they don't want to talk. It's their moral obligation to speak out, because this is a crime against humanity and a crime against God. It's the proper thing to do, to speak out. But most people do not speak out, except there's some kind of financial incentive. And we're hoping that just like other agencies have been able to get so much information through whistleblowing, we'll also be able to achieve the same.
How do you hope to encourage them to do that?
We're still working out the modalities of the reward attached to the whistleblowing as regards human trafficking.
For some people, they believe it's more about the protection rather than the reward. So do you think that you'll be able to run a program to protect those who give up information willingly, whether or not there's a reward attached to it?
Oh, definitely. We work on information. Most of the cases that we've been able to investigate have been based on information. And we do not divulge information concerning informants at all. So that's not a problem at all. That's not a problem.
There are questions about the department, the Department for the Judiciary, the Office of the Attorney General. I think you work with the Chief Justice of the Federation. Is that right?
No, the Attorney General of the Federation.
The Attorney General of the Federation is whom you work with, who also happens to be beg your pardon now. I'm trying to get the Minister of Justice.
Yeah, Minister of
the
Justice.
Minister of Justice. Now, how would you say, in the rating of priorities of the Ministry of Justice, would you say the NAPTIP is rated very high?
Yeah, I believe so. I believe so. We enjoy cooperation, full cooperation from the Honorable Attorney General of Justice, and he gives all our projects priority. He supports us fully. We don't have a problem at all, when it comes to cooperation and collaboration with us.
But funding remains a challenge.
Yeah, funding is a challenge. There's little or nothing the Attorney General can do, but he can make a case for us, and I believe he's going to make a case for us.
How much money do you think the NAPTIP needs?
I cannot put a figure to how much money we need, because we need money to do practically everything. Remember, we protect the victims and we create awareness. We prevent this from happening. You know what it means to have awareness campaigns in 36 states in the local governments? We're talking of billboards, we're talking of papers, we're talking of radio, we're talking of television, we're talking of handbills. It's not small money, it's so much money. The preventive aspect alone is so much money. Now we're talking of protecting these victims. We're giving them counsel. We're feeding them 30 days a month for as long as they remain with us. We're feeding them, we're providing shelter, we're providing their toiletries. It's so much money. We're now prosecuting these traffickers. We're going to court. We're sending our officers to court. We're fueling our trucks. It's so much work to do. And we need a lot of money. I cannot put a figure to what we need.
If you're running a budget, if you're asking for more money, you must be able to put a figure to it.
Yes, if I'm asked to put a figure because I do not have a choice and I have to put a figure, I would not expect to be given anything less than 4 to 5 billion naira every year.
Well, Julie Okah Donli, we thank you for coming in hard copy.
Thank you very much.
Well, that's the program tonight. Do you think the NAPTIP can, and Nigerians in general, can win the war against human trafficking? Your views and comments are welcome to the address shown on your screen. Thank you for watching tonight. I'm Maokwe Ogun. See you next week.